I am sick of trying to organize this microphone. I got a new microphone to try and convince me to do YouTube videos more because this is something I do want to like properly do because I think it's fun, mainly because it's fun and mainly because I want to have some kind of community, if you will. But it's proving difficult because I actually don't know what I'm doing. But I know what I'm doing today. Segue. It's really rainy and it has been raining in Brisbane for pretty much all week. We had a couple of sunny days, but I know that last Monday we had like a month's worth of rain in one day. Like it just bucketed down and you could not leave any place to save your life. Today is kind of a similar situation. It was dreary yesterday and then it had a huge thunderstorm and then it hasn't really stopped raining since. But it kind of makes it the perfect day to do some painting because I've been meaning to paint this part of my bookshelf. As you can see behind me, I've done a painting over there. I'm not a very good painter. Let's just get that clear. You're not going to get any Mozart out of this video. Mozart? No. Picasso. You're not going to get any Picasso out of this video. I'll just fair warn you there. This is not a tutorial. This is just kind of like a paint with me kind of thing. I have no reference photo, which might prove to be a problem because I actually don't know what I want to paint, but I'm kind of wanting it to be like like flowers. Don't ask me what type of flower. Like the kind of the most basic one, kind of like a daisy but different colors. That's what I have in my mind. And yeah, basically we're just going to talk about what's going on with uni. So I'm going to start with my stencil that I do in pencil that I actually don't have a sharpener, so I've been using a knife, which probably isn't very good. It's probably not very good to be using a knife to sharpen, but you know, um, and I want to make it so that like you have lots of variations in the type of flowers, and yeah, that's kind of what we're going for. Um, Uni's been very annoying. Thanks for asking. Um, my computer has broken. I have 2 weeks left of uni, and my computer's broken. It's apparently I think I don't know if it's my fault, um, but it kind of seems like it. I took it to the Apple store because last Friday, yeah, Friday I opened it up and I was like, oh, it's not working. It mustn't be charged. And then I continued. I put it back on charge and then I just kind of left it for a moment. And then I tried to open it back up and it wouldn't turn on. And by that time, I kind of just gave up on everything. And sorry, I was just positioning you to make you look kind of see what I'm doing. But where was I? Yes. So I opened it. It was just dead. It didn't look like it was an issue in terms of like charging or anything like that. It just looked like it was out of battery. And so I put it on charge and I left it. And then the next time I tried to open it back up again, still wouldn't turn on. I'm going, oh, okay, maybe my charger's broken. I changed to like another charger that I got from my iPad. So it's still USB-C. I plug it into a different wall socket just in case it's that and like a different, like the big plugs. No, it's not that. So I go, great, now my computer's broken. Keep in mind I have around 2 weeks of uni left. I have like at that time I had 4 assignments left, but two were due this week. It's currently Thursday. I have well technically 3 were due this week, but one was for the same 2 were for the same subject, so it's basically one. Um those were due on Friday and then the other assignment was due on Wednesday. And I got them all in because I luckily have another little keyboard that I use for my iPad, and I was able to use another computer. But yeah, and so it's broken, and I'm going, okay, now what do I do? Because I still have all of these assignments, all of my tabs, all of the research that I was doing for these assignments, all of the various other things that I had on my computer, my emails, all my passwords. I was kind of freaking out. Luckily, it all synced up kind of. I just had one video portion of an assignment that was like a stop motion film that I'd been working on for about like a month, and I that would not sync. CapCut didn't sync to any other device, so that, you know, could have been a problem. But I managed to find like majority of the work on CapCut. It just wasn't my most recent edits, but you know, what can you do? So I brought it into Apple and I was like, right, so what do I do? Because I was thinking of buying one of those like Neos instead if it's like fully dead. Because the Neo ones, even though like I'm not sure if they can handle the amount of work that I want to do, but it's also like, what else can I like? I can't. I haven't budgeted for this. You know, I'm not going to buy a brand new like a replacement for my current computer that I saved for so long. I saved to buy, and so I just thought, you know what, we're just gonna roll with the punches, and I'll buy a MacBook Neo if I need to. I go into Apple Store. I'm talking to this lovely lady. Her name's Chloe. I was like, Chloe, what's wrong? What do I need to do? Is it fully stuffed? Like, is there nothing left I can do? She says that she'll look inside, and she spends like a good half an hour to like 40 minutes down in these back rooms of Apple, like figuring out what's wrong with my computer. And she comes back and she goes, right, so the whole of the inside is like perfectly fine, like as in perfectly clear. There's no corrosion, there's no water. Apparently, there's no. I haven't dropped it. It's not my fault. Like there's not even a scratch on the outside because I have like my clear case that I put over it all the time when I'm carrying it around. She says there's actually no issue with the inside. It looks perfectly clean and fine. There's no dust or anything like that, which I was surprised because I'm not like disrespectful. I suppose I'm not like bad with my stuff, but I'm definitely not like with my stuff. Like my mom is very much like keep in the case, but whereas I'm a bit more, if I drop it, I drop it. But I'm not really doing anything to prevent any of that. So I'm very surprised that it was so nice because I have two cats, for example. I've had that computer for like 5 years, 4.5 years. I was expecting it to be stuffed on the inside and have to buy a new one. And then she says, "Well, it looks like it's not your fault. It's just kind of overloaded itself." So they're getting me a new CPU, a new Touch ID, a new internal stuff. I talked to one of my friends who is like big on tech, and he said that it was um he said that I like it was it I basically just like overheated it and like because I was leaving it on charge for too long and stuff like that. Um and I had too many tabs open. To be fair, I had about four different Chrome things and each one had like 10 different tabs in, so more than 10 different tabs in. I it is the amount that I was like overloading it for. But Apple says that because my warranty only expired recently, didn't know I had warranty, they waived the charge for like the all of the insides to like do it and all of the um like they waived the fee, which I was like, thank goodness, because I don't know, like I didn't even know that was a possibility. I thought that I would have to pay so much money, and it was like $700 and something worth of repairs. Like you might as well buy a new computer at that point. But they said they fixed it. It's going to take a week, which obviously didn't help for the two assignments that I had due, but I managed to get them done anyway. And so now it's just kind of a waiting game. I don't know if I should start on my other assignments because they're both kind of they're essays or they're like formatting like infographic kind of assignments, and I can't exactly do an essay on my tiny little dinky little keyboard that's really just for notes if I'm in class and I can't be bothered to carry around my computer, so I take my iPad instead. I can't do it an essay on that, especially not one that's like 2,000 words. It just is not going to work for me. So I don't know. But at least I'm not totally screwed because I was not excited when they told me that. But anyway, but I'm very glad that they waived the fee. I'm very thankful. And it's going to take a week. I thought that I don't know why. I don't know if it was like I should just be smarter, but I thought it was going to take like an afternoon for them to do all of that. But I didn't. I had like a booking to go in and see what was wrong, but I didn't have a booking for anything else. So yeah, I don't know why I thought that they could just do it then and there, but it's going to take a week. It was a week from Monday. So it might due next Monday or maybe a couple of days after that. I'm gonna obviously give them some grace because they've been so nice to me. Um, but yeah, so now I'm just kind of I don't know what to do. And yeah, I think because I'm coming into my mid-year break, this is my last year. I've overloaded my subjects so that I finish on time still, and so I've been doing 5 subjects instead of the usual 4 this semester, and I will have to do the same thing next semester. And I'm not necessarily stressed. Everyone, as soon as I tell anyone that, they always go, "Woo, like, are you sure you're okay?" And I don't know if it's just because of what I've chosen as subjects, but I haven't really, it hasn't added to my workload a whole bunch. And I tried to be very strategic with it in the sense that I didn't pick ones that were particularly challenging, which I spoke to my one of my tutors about it, how I didn't actually like test myself because obviously I can't have all of my classes be very, very challenging and outside my comfort zone if I'm doing 5 of them. And he essentially told me that like that's what university is for, that I should be challenging myself. And it's like, I wanted to finish on time. This is a decision that I've made. I don't know. And I haven't done bad. I don't know. I think it might just be like a false sense of hope because I haven't actually tried. And it really my kind of attitude is it could be worse. Um, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But it's yeah. Anyway, so I'm just doing this because I need something to distract my brain. Otherwise, I'll just be scrolling on my phone, especially because it's raining today. I never feel like doing anything when it's raining. And I have work this afternoon. For those of you who don't know, I work in an outdoor restaurant. Like predominantly it's outdoor. If it on days like this, we have no reservations. It's already a Thursday, so we already have no reservations because nobody comes in on Thursday. Um, and nobody really comes in, and then they cancel all the reservations that we do have because it's raining, and so essentially there's no point in me being there. I'm not closing tonight. It would be fine if I was closing because I would actually like have stuff to do at least at the end, and there's like a point in me being there. I'm not closing, so it's literally just me standing around, which fine, I'll get paid to stand around, but it feels very pointless. Anyway, I'm going in with Brilliant Red. These I acrylic paints. I don't know if acrylic paint goes off, but I've had them for way too long. They just never seem to run out. I don't know if it's because I. No, that's a plane. Thought it was thundering for a really long time, as that being said. I don't know if I don't know if acrylic paint goes off, but I've had these for way too long because I don't paint as much as I used to. I used to be buying acrylic paint like once a month, but these ones I've had for so long. And yeah, that's the gossip. But yeah, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen with my uni, if I'm gonna be okay or not. I'm very much like a Google Calendar kind of person, so everything in my life is very planned out, which is comforting, but also can be stressful because I have deadlines that I've set for myself. Like I finish all my assignments at least a week in advance, purely because if I don't, then it won't get done in time. And these are like strategies that have helped me. But yeah, I don't know. I was also watching this girl who was painting flowers the other day, and she's like an actual artist who like sells things and whatever. Um, I watched her paint the other day, and I feel like it was number one a lot better than this. But she's so carefree. I was like, I can't be that carefree if I'm painting on like something that is going to be on display. Like this is going in my house. I'm not just going to get rid of this bookshelf if I don't like the painting. I suppose I can paint over it. Like everything can be undone in any sense. But she like just goes blah, 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 blah. And it's like how how do you just don't doesn't worry. And I suppose that comes with confidence in your artistic capability, which I have limited artistic capability. I love painting and I love art and I love doing that as a hobby, but I don't necessarily feel that I'm not crazy good at it, especially in things like this where I don't want to try. if I actually tried and I like took some time out of my day to actually be good and practice and stuff like that, I feel like I would get better. And there was one time in high school where a lady came in to teach us watercolor painting. And I like watercolors. I used to have a little book that I used to copy the designs out of and stuff like that. She taught us how to paint these leaves in watercolor paintings. My leaves looked real. They looked like they could be leaves stuck to a piece of paper. Um, don't ask me to recreate that again. Such a fluke. I was following her instructions, and maybe that's like why it went well, because I literally just was like a sheep and I just followed exactly what she did. Kind of like a Bob Ross thing. Like if you follow a Bob Ross tutorial, then you're gonna end up with something that looks remotely good. Um, but yeah, so don't ask me to like recreate that, or don't ask me to tell you how I did that. I don't remember. I just don't. And it was supposed to be like a lifelike, a recreation of a leaf that we found on like the ground and whatever. It was really cool. But yeah. And I don't know if I could ever actually do that. Like the layers and stuff and how long it takes to make like a good realistic, like I'm talking realism painting. It's very like you have to get different size brushes and like different shades and like color theory and what goes where. I'm not the one. I don't know how to do that. But yeah, anyway. And I've yeah. uh, but I think this will look okay. I'm not necessarily, I don't know, I don't really care. And maybe that's my issue. Well, I don't know what else to talk about. So I'm going to get back to you once I've done the first lot of red petals, because I am running out of storage. I did just get a notification saying that my storage is running out. I also don't know if this microphone sounds any good, so I may also switch up the microphone midway through this video. This is my first time using it, and I was like doing testing footage, which was literally just like talking, talking, talking. That's what I was doing, and I don't know if it turned out okay. I don't, but it's okay. What do we think, guys? What do we think? Three. Oh, I've stuffed you. Okay. I was also thinking of getting a proper camera for this. Right now, I'm just on my phone doing it, but I don't know how long we're going to be doing this YouTube thing, and so like I already, this is my first video again in like a year, more than a year. And I keep every single kind of school holidays where I have a lot more time to like spend doing editing and like visualizing ideas and talking and coming up with different things, especially because I want this channel to be like a place to do hobbies and to be creative. And that kind of channel requires planning, and it requires coming up with ideas. It requires time. Like every single hobby takes time, whether that's playing video games, painting, knitting. What else do I do? Reading. It's all making music. It's all very much a time-consuming thing, and so that's kind of discouraged me. I feel to actually make this properly and try and film ideas. And then I'm kind of just like I'll do something like I was just gonna randomly bake blueberry muffins today. I've been really wanting, like, especially with the rainy weather, like warmed up with some butter on top. Ooh, very excited for those. And I have like a whole mix and everything, and I was going to just randomly bake them for me to like keep in the fridge and warm up in the microwave or whatever, or in the toaster when I want. That can be a video. And I understand that not everything has to be like monetized, not everything has to be like made money off of. Not that I'm doing this to make money, honestly. I don't expect this to go anywhere. It's just kind of like a way for me to see like a visual lifespan. That's what I kind of want. I want to be able to record my life and have that kind of diary, because I also don't write in my journal enough. I only write in my journal when there's a problem. When there's something I want to say to somebody that I can't say, I write it in my journal. It's like now my journal is just filled with like negativity and like bad experiences. And imagine if I'm like my kid and I'm like, here, Jimmy, here's all the terrible experiences of my 20s. It's because I don't write in there when I'm happy about anything, which is also an issue because I want to like record the moments that I'm happy about and moments that I would miss. I would forget all of this stuff if I wasn't taking photos or something like that. And that's kind of what I want to like track the headspace of like my life because I definitely don't do that enough, and I want to. I like the key to having that kind of memory is by writing things down or recording things and keeping track and notice. But yeah, I don't know. And I want it to do it for fun. I want this to be fun, and I don't think that everything. Obviously, nothing has to be. Like, I don't have to record me making blueberry muffins, for example. But I want to. I want to if this is something that I want to do as just like a hobby and a creative outlet for me to like a creative outlet to show my creative outlets is kind of what I'm going for. If that's something that I want to do, I need to actually do it. Like otherwise I'm just going to be filled with regret and not wanting to do what I want to do. Purely out of maybe a little bit of like sensitivity and worrying that people will judge me. But honestly, I haven't spoken to anyone that like I'm nervous in front of. And maybe that's like a false sense of confidence, or that I haven't met anyone that I would feel embarrassed if they saw these videos. Maybe more so because I'm in university now and I'm kind of coming to myself and I'm an adult, which is scary to think that I'm an adult. But I don't think I definitely wouldn't have done this in high school. But I feel like I would have. And I did. I didn't post anything, but I did record and do like vlogs and stuff like that. But I just didn't post them. And yeah, I don't know. It's all very a difficult thing to navigate. But it kind of freaked me out to do this. But it's like, who cares? I don't know when someone is watching me. I don't know who is watching this, if anyone is watching this. Like that's kind of comforting, honestly, because I don't want me to be watching what words I say, even though I probably should be. But I don't want to be kind of entering this endeavor with some kind of trepidation and some kind of like pause and being like, what? Because it doesn't make it fun, and it doesn't make it fun for you guys to watch. It doesn't make it fun to be. Anyway, but I kind of just want it to be you guys seeing what I'm doing, recording my interests, recording my hobbies, seeing the mental space I'm in, and kind of just talking, especially these kinds of videos where I'm doing like I in my head, I have a lot going on here. I'm planning to do something with like obviously well, it's really raining now. I don't know if this microphone picks up like outside noise that comes like that's where there was a plane going past and I was like, oh, but it is raining. I feel like we're gonna have a repeat of Monday where it's like a crazy amount of rain. It was flooding in Brisbane City. Like the roads. There was a huge puddle. I stood in it, of course. I was on my way to a cafe to do an interview with someone for my assignment. Stood in a puddle. I was soaking wet. I arrived to our interview and I was soaking wet, head to foot. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, with like what I'm planning for these kinds of videos, for the painting ones, I want it to be very much this kind of element where I'm just talking to the camera, I'm talking at you essentially. It's going to be a very long video, um, and I'm not going to. There's two ways of looking at it. I'm not going to be very filled with effort when I'm making these videos. It's not going to be an effort kind of thing. I'm not going to do many editing. I'm probably just going to splice everything together at the end, make sure that the levels are okay with audio, and then post it. It's not going to be very much. I'm not going to rewatch this. I don't think. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, and same with I want to do like a knitting video where it's just us knitting together. I don't know, and I don't even know what to title this. Wow, it's really raining. I don't really know what to even title this video as. Like a paint with me. But you're not. I don't know. Are you painting with me? because you can't even see what I'm doing. Um, but yeah, it's really raining. I'm actually worried. I put all my plants outside. That's what I do like about the rain, is that I can put all of my plants outside and they can just be rained on for essentially a week straight. Like I put them out last night because I knew it was going to be raining last night. I put them out last night because I knew that it was going to be raining overnight. That's what I should say. Um, and this morning I knew it was going to be raining today. But I don't like. I usually just leave them there until it stops raining and it's finally a sunny day. But that could be like a week. It could be over the weekend. They could be sitting out there. And I don't obviously don't want to drown them, but I'm thinking, it's rain. How do they drown in rain? I don't know. It's natural. Would they not drown if they were outside already? If they were a natural plant, would they not drown? That's kind of my opinion. Like you can't drown a plant with rainwater because they're already their natural habitat is outside. But then again, I'm probably wrong. So if your plants die if you leave them outside for several days when it's raining, don't blame me. Nope, can't. I told you not to. Don't don't follow me. Don't follow my advice. All right. So far, it's just a bunch of red lines. I'm already bored. I'm already wanting to give up. No, I need to keep going. This could last over many days. We don't know. And what else am I thinking? What goes with this? There's so much cat hair that came off that. Proves I haven't touched these in a while. Angelo. I actually don't know where. I think I got these from Aldi. Oh, Office Works. Oh, I want it to be very summery and yellow and pink. Maybe we'll go with orange, yellow, and this one. Am I just attracted to these because they're all the same? Like they're all the same brand. What did I use before? Brilliant Red? Is that what I said? I think that's what I said. I have Carmen. That not exactly the same red. I don't know. Bye. We're back. It's a little bit later. I had lunch. It has stopped raining. The clouds are still there, but the sun has come out. So if I'm looking a little bit more vibrant, that is why. I think I achieved what I was wanting. I wasn't sure if I should have done a background, but it's kind of too late now, unless I want to start again, which I don't. I'm not done. I think I want to do some outlining or something like that, but I'll show you what it's looking like. Hey, this is what we're working with. And I've done a couple of little ones, but it looks quite cool, I think. But yeah, so I don't know. That's your update for it. I think, yeah, I don't know. Hmm. I think I'm gonna let it dry because it still is wet. So I'm gonna let it dry and then I'm gonna add, I think, yeah, just some maybe black Sharpie to do the outline or some kind of pen. I don't want to do a pastel because I need this to stay. So I think a pen, like a Sharpie, will be my best bet. In terms of the actual center, I don't know if I want to do a center because I like how they look without the center, but you can see the pencil underneath of where I've drawn the center. So I don't know. In conclusion, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think we'll finish up. I finished all of that. I've just been watching a YouTube video about this half-baked harvest girl. vegan something. It was like a deep dive by this lady that I watch all the time. She does like this influencer insanity, Hannah Alonso, I think her name is, and I really like her stuff. And yeah, I was watching her deep dive on it, and it was scary stuff. Scary that like anything can be like you can't trust anyone. Mm. But anyway, it's all stuff to think about. It's all deep dives. I watch a lot of deep dives. It's actually an issue. I think I need to like start getting some kind of separation between me and deep dives because it's either deep dives in like long form, like hour and a half, like 30 minutes plus, always. I'll never watch a video that's under 30 minutes, I don't think. Depending on who the creator is, but like most often, if it's under 30 minutes, I won't be watching it. But I think that I need to like try and find another thing to watch because like there's not that many deep dives you can do. I used to watch croutons. I used to watch true crime. I used to watch true crime a lot. And that was really interesting. And then I started getting a little bit scared, and like everything and everyone was trying to cut me. Any noise I heard, I was like, you know. But yeah, I think I need to start separating some things because it's either um, deep dives or like ASMR. I watch a lot of ASMR of people like, this is my new makeup I bought. I love hauls, ASMR hauls. Hate mukbangs. ASMR mukbangs, no. You will not catch me watching an ASMR mukbang, no. No. But mm, I'll I might include a clip after this, or I might update you on how this went in a later video. I think I will do that. I think I will update you on if I decided to Sharpie or not in a later video, or the final product will be a thumbnail. It will be the thumbnail for this video on what I actually decided to do. Because I do kind of want to leave it like this, but you can see the pencil marks, and that's my issue. Is I could do another layer, but I like the way that it's turned out. And if I do another layer, I'm just going to be trying to recreate all of the shades and all of the like mixing that's happened here. Because like all these bits, like where it's mixed and gone all pretty, but then you can see the marks there. So I think that maybe a Sharpie is the way to go. It's where I get the best of both worlds because I don't want to go over this again with another coat. So if I do another coat, then I'm just going to be overthinking it. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope if you guys are in university that you're finishing up soon. If you're doing semesters like me, yeah, I'll let you know how my computer goes. I honestly have no clue. And I will be doing, I will, it's hearsay. We're not sure yet. I will be doing some kind of video where it's like a bake with me kind of situation because I do want to make those for now. And if you want more paint with me, let me know. There's 10 people watching this. That's how many people subscribe. So more like 5. There's 0 people watching this. Let's just go with that. There's no people watching this. There's no one watching this. But yeah. So do you like my collage? I did it on my iPad. Dude. When I get my computer back, I want to do another kind of situation like this on my computer. So I have like the plastic snap cases. I want to do that because right now I just have it as like a wrapping paper background. It's like a pink version of this background, but I kind of want to like start putting my stickers back on it and stuff like that. But yeah, I might paint something else if you let me know what I should paint next. I don't really have much left that I can paint. Oh, my bedside table right there. The top of it. We might do something like that because it's been very boring. At the moment, I'm reading 5 Feet Apart. I don't know if I'll be posting some kind of book review. It's very late. I'm very late to this 5 Feet Apart thing. Like that came out yonks ago. But I know I've seen the movie, but I'm reading the book right now. And I might be posting some kind of review or something either on here or on my website, my blog. So consume the content. Yeah, cool. All right, bye.